Hey y'all, so I'm a new member over at Patreon, and if you click on my Patreon link below and become a Patreon today, you will receive new and exclusive content. So, all right, y'all. You know, I'm assuming Congress is in the holiday spirit. It seems to be that if they can't come together for any other reason, if they can't agree on anything else, they can always manage to agree on war. So, literally days after a bombshell report came out talking about the miserable failings, the billions, trillions of dollars used in this Afghanistan war over 18 freaking years, okay? A total failing, total disappointment. Literally days later, the same Congress, the same government that talks about how unstable this president is and how he's Putin's puppet and how he's just ready to go to war at any moment, decides to come together and increase the military spending budget. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, starting with a little bit about us being misled about the Afghanistan war. This is according to LATimes.com. U.S. misled the public on progress in the Afghanistan war. The U.S. government across three White House administrations misled the public about failures in the Afghanistan war, often suggesting success where it didn't exist, according to thousands of pages of documents obtained by the Washington Post. The documents reveal deep frustrations about America's conduct of the Afghanistan war, including the ever-changing U.S. strategy, the struggles to develop an effective Afghan fighting force, and persistent failures to defeat the Taliban and combat corruption throughout the government. We are devoid of fundamental understanding of Afghanistan. We didn't know what we were doing. Douglas Lu, a three-star Army general who served as the White House's Afghan war czar during the Bush and Obama administrations. The interviewers were conducted as a part of a lessons learned project by the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction over the last several years. The agency has produced 7 reports so far from more than 400 interviews, and several more are in the works. The Post sought and received raw interview data through the Freedom of Information Act and lawsuits. The documents quote officials close to the 18-year war effort, describing a campaign by the U.S. government to distort the grim reality of the war. Like, it's frustrating because they just make it sound so casual. Oh, 18 years. Hey, we just didn't know what we were doing. Lessons learned. Let's do a couple interviews. See what we can do better the next time. I mean, and people don't even make a big deal out of it. We just glaze over these things. Like, I don't freaking understand. This is according to the Washington Post, okay? Since 2001, the Defense Department, State Department, and U.S. Agency for International Development have spent or appropriated between $934 billion and $978 billion. According to an inflation-adjusted estimate calculated by Netta Crawford, a political science professor, those figures do not include money spent by other agencies such as the CIA and the Department of Veterans. Okay? Some are estimating this upward of $1 trillion. $1 trillion freaking dollars. All right. Right after that, right after this casual report, okay, Congress votes on a $22 billion defense increase. 1 week after Trump slashes food stamps. So this is according to The Intercept. Democrat and Republican lawmakers in Congress Armed Services Committee released a compromise bill on Monday that will authorize $738 billion in military spending in 2020, a $22 billion increase over 2019. If passed, the bill will formally establish President Donald Trump's proposed Space Force as a sixth armed service and bring annual Pentagon spending increases under Trump to more than $130 billion. In a joint statement, presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders and Connell, who is Sanders' campaign chair, called the National Defense Authorization Act a bill of astonishing moral cowardice and said that Congress should not pass the compromise version. There is no pressing reason for Congress to shower Trump, his Saudi friends, and the Pentagon contractors of the military-industrial complex with this $738 billion taxpayer, okay, let's underline that word, taxpayer giveaway right now. We owe it to the American people to go back to the drawing board. So basically, the Democrats had thrown some, legislation in there, like, basically, you can't arm the Saudis, and something else that was in this article as well that is not coming to my mind right now. Didn't make it to the final bill. Attempted to make the bill sound a little less hawkish. Didn't make it to the final bill. So I'm saying all this to say that while people are so enthralled, so entertained by the political theater, that which is the impeachment hearings, we are being royally screwed once again, the taxpayers. While these people pretend to be such at odds, they continue to be hawkish. They continue to fund the military industrial complex. They continue to spend our money like running water. While people are so enthralled with impeachments, you have the Patriot Act being reinstated. You have propaganda basically being made legal through this new executive order that Trump signed. You basically have, once again, another group of people being able to take the benefits of civil rights. You have billions being fed into the military industrial complex, which this is a bipartisan type of thing here. We have money being expanded to fight these wars. Not only that, they don't even just want to waste our money on ground anymore. They literally want to waste trillions in space. This is where we are. They just, like, these people get away with so much. Literally, so many civilians killed. So many civilians and soldiers killed in Afghanistan, and they just chalk it up as oops. So don't ever think these people can't come to agree on what the heck they want to agree on. This continues to happen. America continues to waste money and waste lives to fund these senseless wars, and then have the nerve to come out, stand in front of us, and be like, not only did we mislead you, but I bad. But those are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.